Hey guys, I'm Dan Ryder here. This is going to be my chapter review to Fairy Tale 541, The Magic of Hope. Now, as some of you may know, Ramadan has ended, and now it is, yesterday was Eid, and today is kind of like the almost run-on celebration, so you just carry it on for a couple of days, usually. So, Eid Mubarak to anybody out there, but whoever watches my videos, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, so this was the Fairy Tale 541st chapter, Magic of Hope, and it was okay. There were parts of it which were decent, parts of it which I was like, really, again, we're gonna do this. But let's go through it and let's see exactly what we learned and exactly what happened. So first, what happens is all the Dragon Slayers attack and really fail in doing any damage or even touching Acnologia. And they all attack. I think in order, it was Gajeel attacks first, Sting and Rogue follow up, and then Cobra and Laxus try and attack, and then Natsu's kind of just stood there waiting for some shit to go down, and then he gets attacked, but he seems to be okay. And they're all okay. They get blown away by Acnologia, but he's messing with them at the moment. They just kind of get blown away, and that's it. That's fine. They're fine. Nothing remarkable happens to them. So yeah, that was all good. But what annoyed me was that Wendy was able to boost every Dragon Slayer, even though she's been through a war. Now, out of all the Dragon Slayers, she's not meant to be the most magically adept. She's meant to be probably one of the weakest of the Dragon Slayers, even in terms of magical capacity, just because maybe she's one of the youngest, or maybe she's just not as beastie of a Dragon Slayer as the rest of them. I mean, she's among an elite group here. All of them are pretty beast. Even Sting and Rogue. I know some people out there don't like them that much. So yeah, I didn't like the fact that she was able to boost every Dragon Slayer. But then the additional part to that is that each Dragon Slayer should also be considerably weakened, as with Wendy. And yet they attack like they're okay because of that boost, even though they shouldn't have been that boost. But they attack like they're fine. And a couple of chapters ago, Natsu was basically just about able to walk. He was wobbling when he was walking, not able to walk in a straight line. So I'm saying this guy, Hiromashima, he needs to keep some semblance of consistency, because Natsu was just about able to walk in a friggin' straight line a few chapters ago, and now he's trying to kick ass against the Dragon King. I mean, I know they haven't done anything yet, but the fact that they're even trying to be able to do anything, it's a little bit weird. Cobra makes mention that he can't hear the voice of Acnologia's heart. I'm not quite sure what that means. Well, I know what it means. He can't hear his heart, but like he can with everyone else. But I don't know what that symbolizes, what that signifies. Did Acnologia sign his heart off to the devil or something? Did he give away his soul or some shit? Even though technically it's his soul fighting against these Dragon Slayers. I don't know. Or it's not his physical form. So I'm not quite sure what that means, but it might come back to play a larger part in later chapters. And actually, you know what? You guys tell me what you think that part where Cobra says, "I can't hear the voice of Acnologia's heart." Let me know what you guys think about that, because I don't have any ideas as to what that means at this moment in time. So then we come to this communion of all the guilds kind of talking through what they're going to do with Acnologia's physical body, who's rampaging through Magnolia. And a person raises the point of, as long as the Dragon Slayers are in the ravines, we have no hope of defeating a dragon. Now, mind you, even if the Dragon Slayers were outside of the ravines, as we've actually seen in an arc, they were as useless as all the other non-Dragon Slayers. So, in terms of defeating a dragon, so what they're saying is, as long as the Dragon Slayers are in the ravines, we have less than no chance of defeating a dragon. Now, as soon as someone said that, I was like, ah, shit. As soon as someone says we can't do something in Fairy Tale, there's always someone who goes, actually, maybe we can, you know? So I was like, oh, really? You're going to do this right now? So Urza is the first one that says, magic doesn't work, no physical attacks will work, unless they're enchanted with Dragon Slayer magic. For instance, a sword enchanted by Dragon Slayer magic, that will work, but we don't have any Dragon Slayers outside of the Ravines of Time. So Urza's all talking about this, trying to deliberate, and I'm like, Urza, bitch, you should be half dead. You should be 3/4 dead, because last time we checked on you, only your arm was functioning, and that was one of your arms. I know you were probably healed in that time, but the fatigue should still be there. So that was bullshit. Urza should be Urza should be in hospital, lying in a pool of her own blood right about now. Even well, actually, she should be relatively okay, but not standing talking to these guys, you know. So yeah, we get all that. No magical work, no physical attacks unless it's Dragon Slayer enchanted. And then Lucy opens her mouth, and I was like, ah man, this is gonna be a bad chapter. So she says there may still be one method that will work. So let me just run the plan through with you guys. This is Lucy's plan. She thinks up of it in a few seconds, and it's a decent plan when you think about it. I just don't like how it was introduced because of the specific wording of it. It just sounds real cringy. But the actual plan itself is kind of solid. But then when you think about it, like just a tad more, it's really soft. So I'll explain it. The plan is Gray and Juvia, alongside Mest, have been teleported to Port Harjan to ready a ship. Now, what Minerva and her crew are going to do back in the main city of Magnolia, they're going to lure Acnologia to Port Harjan, where that big ship is being readied by Gray and Juvia. In the meantime, Lucy, Levy, Freed, and Makarov, I think, are in the library trying to find out how to cast Fairy Sphere. You remember Fairy Sphere? It was that huge circle blockade defense type magic, one of the 3 great fairy magics that allowed Fairy Tail to survive the attack of Acnologia. It's basically impenetrable. And so that's what they're trying to figure out how to cast. Levy, Lucy, Freed, and Makarov in the library. Apparently there was a book written about it, you know. She had time, the freaking First had time to write a book about it. So then Fairy Tail, I assume, are going to be on that ship, and they're going to try and lure Acnologia on and use Fairy Sphere, it was introduced as the magic of bonds. And that's the part where I was like, that's really cringy. I mean, like, I know that's kind of basically what it is, but really, basically what she said was friendship will destroy him. And I was like, oh man, not friendship. Like, friendship rears its ugly head around every few seconds in this manga. And I'm just like, really every few seconds. I'm like, god damn. So yeah, basically friendship is what they're going to use to try and trap Acnologia. Now, my issues with this, it might work. Alright, you can trap Acnologia in this fairy sphere, in this friendship sphere, if you want. Okay, that'll work. He won't be able to bust out using magic. However, my man can eat magic. So it doesn't matter how much friendship you got, how many reserves of friendship you got in your pockets and your freaking rucksack. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter how deep your reserves of friendship run. He can eat it. He can eat magic. He can physically eat magic, okay? He can absorb that shit. So it's the same concept as the Ravines of Time. We'll throw him in here, he'll be trapped. But he can eat that shit. So it's going to be the same thing. They're going to trap him in there if they do at all, because I have an issue with another part of the plan. But even if they do trap him in there, he'll just eat the freaking magic. There'll be a barrier around him. He'll be like, oh shit, I can't get out. Eat it. Okay, I'm free. You know, it's not going to work. I don't see how it will work. And there's going to be some hacks ass shit where it's going to be like, oh, he can't eat friendship. I'm going to be like, ah, man, really? You're going to do that? But the other part of the plan, which is really shit, is they need Acnologia to board the ship to kind of elicit his motion sickness. But as the king of the Dragon Slayers, he will be... He should know. I mean, he's already been tricked by this once when he jumped onto Christina. He knows his own sickness. Okay, he knows his weaknesses. Hiro Mashima will get him to jump on that ship just for plot. But in reality, Acnologia, as the character we've seen him as, he should be intelligent enough not to even get anywhere near a ship. Considering 1, he can fly. 2, he has a long range freaking cannon that can decimate anything. So in essence, he shouldn't ever really need to jump on that ship, but he's probably going to do it anyway just for the story. And that's going to, if that does happen and this plan goes off without a hitch, I'll be really surprised and kind of a little bit, quite disappointed, but it is Fairy Tail. However, if he's trapped and he doesn't manage to break out by eating it, I'll be even more disappointed, you know? So let me know what you guys think of that plan. I don't think it's very good, but at least they're trying to do something, you know? As long as Urza isn't included, because Urza's going to be like, oh, Dragon Slayer enchanted magic sword, woo, and like slice his head off and some shit. But I hope that doesn't happen. So then the ending of the chapter really was fairy tales, Lucy Freed, Levy and Makarov talking in the library. But the part I want to end on is when Natsu's talking to Acnologia, and he's like, what are you trying to accomplish? Now, I brought this question about last review, and I was like, what is his purpose? You know, he's got to have something more than just destruction. So Natsu asks him, what are you trying to accomplish? And Acnologia replies with destruction. Great, you know. Oh my god, that's not shallow at all, is it? I mean, like, really? That's all you have. That's all Acnologia wants. He just wants, oh yeah, I got insane power. I started murdering like tons and tons of dragons just because I want to destroy shit. It's like, really? That's all you've got? You don't have any previous hate against these guys. You don't have any grudges. You don't have a reason. They didn't kill your family or some shit. You're not trying to, like, you're not doing this to further your knowledge about something or anything like that. You're just a one-dimensional character. You just want to do it for destruction. So that was annoying. I didn't like that part. But the rest of the chapter was okay. I mean, like I said, it was a decent chapter, but the ideas were stupid. They were quite half-baked. The whole Dragon Slayers versus Acnologia part was okay. They're in their weakened state. So no matter what Wendy should be able to do to them, they can't fight back, really. And they're gonna do some, like, they're gonna feed the magic into Natsu, do some Rainbow Dragon Hoko shit. But the part that interested me the most was why Cobra couldn't hear the voice of Acnologia's heart, and whether there'll be some hacks ass shit with Fairy Sphere, because there's bound to be. So let me know what you guys thought. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in a few minutes in an hour or two when I put up my Nanatsu no Taizai review. But I'll see you guys then.